Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back through daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So right now, currently Bitcoin is trading at about roughly almost 30.3K. Nothing too, crazy in regards to this market. We've been kind of sitting stable, and we have sat stable for about the past 2 days now. I'm still looking for some volatile swings happening on the 24-hour span. We're not seeing like too much movement throughout the altcoin market. There's a few that are breaking out a little bit, but overall, we're just still kind of seeing, some sideways trading. On the 7-day span is where most of the gains are, as you guys do see, in regards to a lot of the altcoin market. But XRP, for the most part, has been sitting stable. Now, what I do foresee happening around Bitcoin, basically I'm looking forward to seeing Bitcoin kind of make a move up to around like roughly 36 to 37K, have a retest of the floor model, or possibly even dip down to about like roughly 24K, kind of make a new low. That will really kind of capitulate the entire market, and then there is where we focus on Bitcoin, basically leading to new all-time highs. Now, of course, we're going to really kind of watch Bitcoin's price action and see if that does happen. But that is basically what I believe is going to happen with Bitcoin, and it would definitely make sense from a technical standpoint. But we will have to see exactly how things do look. But let's move on and let's talk about things happening right now around crypto. So yesterday, I tweeted out saying so much money keeps flooding in while everyone screams the same thing: bear market, right? And we did see Ledger here, and also Innovation, launch a $110 million early stage fund focused on Web3, DeFi, NFTs, and DAOs. Now, I love to see this. Like I said, we are seeing so much mass adoption and money, pouring into crypto right now. It's insane to me that everybody's still saying the same exact thing. We just seen PayPal, launch a thing where like basically wallets could connect to the PayPal system. We also did see Citadel and Fidelity invest more money into crypto and actually move into crypto for use cases. I mean, there's just so much around this market right now. And we did see this just recently. Justin Felix Capital has raised $600 million to invest in crypto and Web3 services. Again, I want you guys to understand that this is majorly, bullish for us right now, while everyone is continuously being bearish or uncertain. It's funny, right? Now, also, we do see here just in UK's finance ministry says the country will begin testing of crypto blockchain technology for traditional market activities. And again, like I said, the adoption around crypto technology is massively exploding. This reminds me, and I don't know if a lot of you were, here during 2017, 2018's bull run, but there was a time, like it was like right around almost the end of the bull run, where we had a mid-cycle correction similar to what we are seeing now. And there was so much FUD around, like, China basically banning Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining, etc. There was a lot of FUD around, like, India and things like that. But we also seen, if you really kind of dug a little bit deeper, a ton of adoption happening for crypto. Where mainly we seen like a few institutions basically saying like, hey, crypto is looking pretty bullish, or we did see like macro on-chain metrics, excuse me, looking pretty bullish. And that's basically what we are seeing now, except it's just on a broader scale. We also did see here, this is from Crypto Airy. Last April, SBI issued Japan's first security token, STO, as a digital corporate bond that included XRP benefits. May 2022, SBI, created a token backed by co-ownership of Tokyo Real Estate. SBI announced today the majority-owned STO secondary market exchange begins trading June 27th. Now, again, we don't know specifically if XRP is going to be, worked into this entire ecosystem, but SBI has been, for the most part, a utility provider for XRP. They have been utilizing XRP for a lot of things, and I do believe that this is actually going to be pretty significant when you look at things happening around like real estate and tokenization. I love to see this. This is over $300 trillion plus being, basically disrupted when we talk about like tokenization and things happening around, again, real estate. So I love to see this. They are creating a token backed by, again, Tokyo Real Estate. I do believe that we will get to the point where we will see fractionalized ownership and tokenization happening within the real estate markets. Now, we also did see back in May 7th of 2021, we did see the World Economic Forum talk about blockchain could disrupt $867 trillion in traditional markets. The reason why I bring this back up, right, is because at that moment in time, there was $2.3 trillion in terms of market capitalization. Right now, we are sitting at about like roughly 1.24. When we talk about like the traditional markets and things happening right now around the traditional markets, I do believe that we are basically on, this pivotal moment in time where we are basically moving towards things like this, where we are going to see mass adoption and like hundreds of trillions of dollars being disrupted by crypto. Again, we look at things happening, like for example with this is again beginning testing of crypto blockchain technology for traditional market activities. And this is from the UK's finance ministry. I just told you guys, I think it was like maybe 2 months ago, where I said basically Britain was, they're ready. They have, basically announced that they are ready here. Again, pay attention to things that are happening around this sector. It is extremely bullish while everyone is continuously saying the same thing. I want you guys to focus on, again, adoption and also money pouring in, because it's seriously at some pretty significant levels. And we all do see down here, in all, it works out to $866.9 trillion. Equity markets, $95 trillion. Debt markets, $106 trillion. Securitized products, $10 trillion. Derivatives, $560 trillion. Securities financing repurchase agreements, $4 trillion. Securities lending, 2.9. And then, of course, asset management / fund administration, $89 trillion. Again, I do believe that we are on the path to mass adoption, and we will basically get to this point. We do see a while greater digitization is inevitable. Substantial headwinds may continue to limit adoption of distributed ledger technology solutions, including limited leadership, buy-in, and uncertain business cases, the need for significant restructuring of business operations, challenges relating to bridging legacy systems with new solutions. It's funny that they are saying this because guess what? This is basically quant network. And perceptions about regulatory uncertainty. Again, regulations are basically being ushered in right now. I think that a lot of these markets are definitely ripe for disruption, and I'm definitely focused on a lot of these areas to really kind of disrupt, because I talked to you guys about tokenization many times on this channel, and we actually do see here down here, many anticipate a future blurring of the lines between traditional publicly listed equities and tokenized private company shares, and we are basically moving into that. And I would say that when we talk about Ripple with XRP, they're basically at the forefront of tokenization as well, similar to like Hedera. So definitely focusing on this area. Now again, it's no surprise that when we talk about like $867 trillion being disrupted, it will essentially get to that point. I share with you guys a little bit of these articles that Ripple basically writes and really kind of brings up. Now this goes back to June 4th. I shared with you guys this, and I actually showed the PDF file and really kind of broke down the PDF file. But the reason why I include this again is because they are also seeing a demand for cross-border payment solutions rising. Now, as we do really kind of look at this and we look at tokenization, I do believe that cross-border payments basically having a tokenized sort of form to them, more so like kind of looking at CBDCs or even stable coins, we will see that entire market basically be digitized fully, which is $156 trillion plus. They are expecting it to be $250 trillion by 2027. That is a very large market. Add that to this amount, and you have over $1 quadrillion worth of money to be disrupted by crypto, and we are basically moving towards that. I think that we are on this pivotal moment in time, because we could definitely see things moving behind the scenes within the institutional grade area. In fact, I share with you guys, so let me actually move this over here real quick. I share with you guys this announcement from Flare Finance. Now, Flare is launching in July 4th, and we do say we're pleased to announce the integration of Fireblocks HQ into our ecosystem. The first use case will enable institutional grade custody to Flare Wrap. More info to come. Now, again, when we talk about the institutional grade area, Fireblocks is a fairly large name. All-in-one platform for building your digital asset business, powering 1,200 plus financial institutions and securing over $215 billion in digital assets per month. Massive giant of a name. We do see down here, don't take our word for it, 1,200 of the largest institutional players leverage Fireblocks. They're here for trading and brokerage, exchanges, and even lending, banking, and payments as well. And look at some of the names behind them. Pretty large names here as well. This is an institutional grade giant. You can look at all their customers and things like that. You guys can go to like the bank section for an example and really kind of see things that they are doing within these areas. I think that this is great. I think that Fireblocks has for the longest time been a massive giant within this market, and they are like one of the first ones to really kind of usher in, institutional grade money. And also, they are talking about tokenization, the foundation of digital financial markets. I'm telling you guys, pay attention to tokenization because I do believe that this is going to be ushered into everyday life. And you could read more about Fireblocks. You could read more about their partnerships and things like that. They have been in crypto for a while. It's nothing new. But ever since their inception, they have been absolutely killing the game. And I do believe that they're going to continue to grow. I mean, look at this. From the start, it was at like roughly $16 million in June of 2019, and then all of a sudden, by September of 2020, $150 billion in digital asset transfers. Absolutely insane. And this is going to continue to grow. I think that when we talk about like institutional grade clients and things like that happening around this market, there's just one thing stopping them from truly being pushed into this market with trillions of dollars. And that is, of course, regulatory uncertainty. Look at the investors around Fireblocks. All right, do a little research, understand where we basically are in time. Also, I do believe that like Flare is going to be probably one of the largest announcements in this market and probably one of the most incredible innovations to this space in a very long time. But you could definitely see where a lot of these major projects are positioned. I've always said that like even XRP, we always kind of look at XRP as like the cross-border payment, giant, or it's going to do this, for the cross-border payment scene. It's going to be the bridge currency. It's going to be this. But honestly, you look at the platforms that are basically, I would say, adopting XRP. Like SBI is doing some very significant things with XRP around the tokenization area. I just think that it is getting to the point where we are about to be at peak institutional grade adoption once we see regulatory certainty added to this market. XRP is going to be the name that actually ushers in that regulatory certainty and really kind of opens the door for a ton, and I say a ton of cash to flow in. We're talking about trillions on trillions on trillions of dollars. We look at the current market capitalization of crypto, we haven't even scratched the surface. And like I said, adoption is picking up. We are seeing institutional grade money flooding in while everyone is so uncertain and panicky and fearful to put any money in. This is why I've said that I've been averaging into positions. I've been taking positions because right now is a monumental moment in time to truly position yourself before the next flood of capital floods in. A ton of the retail market has been shaken out of this market. I would say that there's probably over, in terms of the time frame of like 2020 to 2021, there was a ton of retail demand growing in this market. We've seen a ton of flooding of retail, demand into like meme coins like Dogecoin and stuff. But since then, I think that a large portion of that, retail market has actually, dived out of this market and really kind of took a loss. And what is basically going to usher them back in? Well, a pivotal moment in this market is going to basically bring all that capital back. And that's going to be Bitcoin either one, making a new all-time high, or us actually breaking out and basically main media attention being put on the spot for this market. Or we either see XRP get regulatory certainty or clarity, if you will, and usher in regulations around the space, and then we'll see just like peak adoption happening from like government entities and financial institutions. So I'm definitely excited to see what happens first. I'm definitely, excited to see so much money flooding in. It really kind of solidifies our position, and it really kind of solidifies this article going back to 2021. And guys, I just think that the opportunity here is absolutely mind-blowing. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.